Get some Benny going here.
Benny Goodman and his music.
There we go. Yeah. Morning, everybody. Hey, Lisa, hey, Larry. I'm working from home today. I got Miles right here. Hey, Heather. Hey, Luann. Hey, Beth. Hey, Eileen. Hey, everybody.
Benny Goodman, ladies and gentlemen, the man.
Hey, Octavio.
Clarinet and even more
Hey, Marie. Hey, Ellen.
assorted rhythms, all danceable.
Hey, Rodney.
In the urban room of the Congress Hotel.
Anybody I might have missed there? Hey, Nancy.
And first of all, one of Irving Berlin's great.
Hey, Octavio. Karen.
Blue Skies.
Really just keep this over on. Give the people what they want. Hey, Dad. Hey, Marie. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Susan. Hey, Larry. Laura. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Carol. Hey, everybody. Guy is purring today. And he really likes the new liquor cabinet that I'll show you in a second. It's taller than the old one. And fits him well. Hey, Bob. Hey, Todd. Hey, everybody. Welcome along. Miles. Miles wants all the attention. And the new liquor cabinet is taller than the old one. Frankly, I'm not loving how it looks in the room so far. It's just a little too big. It makes me feel like I gotta revamp everything in here. Who wants to do that? Hut. Hey, Diane. Yeah, I'll show you guys one way for everybody to get on. So this is the new liquor cabinet. Really hurt my back putting it together yesterday, but luckily before the arm soreness set in. Well, I was quite enamored of it. Got all my bottles of Heaven's Door front and center. Miles. But it's also high enough that he's at a perfect petting height when he hops up here. Yeah, it fits with my my general mid-century decor. I kind of feel like it's just bigger than the old one, and it kind of seems out of place. Morning, Grandma Bell. Thanks, everybody. So welcome along. What we're gonna do today, I'm just gonna show you an old movie. I've been busily working on the cemetery books all morning to such an extent that I kind of ran out of time to put a mini tour together, as sometimes happens. But I'm always prepared for these emergencies. We'll put the Benny on pause for a minute. So welcome along, everybody. I'm Adam from Mysterious Chicago Tours, tour guide and historian here in Chicago for many years, author of such books as Mysterious Chicago, the book, the new Graceland Cemetery, Chicago Stories, Symbols, and Secrets. Been working on a New York edition of a cemetery book the last couple of months. Very soon we are going to be launching a new podcast. I was just talking to Hector, my old podcast co-host and my old ghost tour bus driver from the old days, and he's going to be coming back as one of the co-hosts of the new one. So I thought I'd show you guys a video with Hector. I was like, I feel like I ought to have more of those. Hector was my first ghost tour bus driver. He was the co-host on a couple of the Mysterious Chicago podcasts, a couple of the Chicago Unbelievable podcasts, if you want to go way back. So, back in the day, we were doing the Smart Alex Guide to American History, and there's, of course, you always want to do videos and things to promote your books. This is back before TikTok. Back before streaming media was really a thing, and when it was a lot harder to film stuff. Filming stuff on your phone just wasn't quite a thing yet. I was still using flip cams and stuff. But we did make a video called Making History Come Alive. So I always thought that that was a weird concept. Like, do you really want to make history come alive? So I recruited various friends and other authors, including Hector, who will come up right at the beginning, to do a whole video on making history come alive. You'll get to see me looking really young. You'll get to see Aiden looking really young. You get to see Ronnie looking exactly like she does right now. So all right, everybody, here is Making History Come Alive with the Smart Alex staff.
Hi, I'm Adam Seltzer, author of The Smart Alex Guide to American History, a new book coming from Random House in December 2009. You know, a lot of students and teachers write to the Smart Alex staff and say, hey, do you guys have any activities that'll help make history come alive? As a matter of fact, we do.
Hey, want to help your students understand what World War I was like?
Yes,
Get yourself
Hector.
a shovel, dig a trench in the playground, and start lobbing mustard gas and grenades at each other. They probably won't enjoy it, but we bet you will.
I thought history was boring until one of my teachers gave me the Spanish flu. History really came alive.
My teacher sent me to walk in the coal mine. No school!
If you really want to make history come alive, look no further than old-timey dentistry. Go out to your parents' garage and get an automotive tool set. Pick up a wrench and start pulling like there's no tomorrow.
How many rocks would your students have to pile on top of you to get you to confess to witchcraft? When they did it to Giles Corey in Salem, all he could say was, "More weight, please." Now that guy had stones. Too soon?
If you have students with drug problems who don't quite understand history, just take them to a Civil War reenactment when they're high. History will come alive, and they will never do drugs again.
When President Garfield was shot, doctors kept poking him in the liver when they tried to get the bullet out. Would it hurt to be poked in the liver? Help your students find out. You'll need a volunteer, an anatomy book, and a good pair of scissors.
And while you have that anatomy book out, why not show your students what Civil War surgery was like? All you need is a regular saw from your local hardware store. Kids love this because they get whiskey for the pain.
Here's a great way to show your students what Revolutionary War soldiers had to endure during Valley Forge. Next winter, open the windows to your classroom, turn the heat off, lock the doors to the bathrooms, and it'll probably work best if the cafeteria is serving 3-bean casserole or perhaps tacos.
Of course, they didn't have 3-bean casserole or tacos at Valley Forge. The soldiers there lived on stuff called fire cake. You can make your own by mixing flour and water into a rough paste and baking it until it's hard enough to break whatever teeth you got left. We didn't, but you can. And if that doesn't work, you can always fall back on the old routine of just making them look up everything in We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel, or have them read The Smart Alex Guide to American History by Adam Seltzer, coming in December 2009 from Random House.
Remember, kids, if you really want to make history come alive, every room needs a bucket to spit in. Every room. Spittoon!
You heard him. Spittoon! All right, so that was just a quick little blast from the past today. No, they didn't in fact have 3-bean casserole back then. They'd only discovered a couple of beans so far. Nobody could get access to 3 entire beans. That included James Kennedy, author of the new book Bride of the Tornado, Daniel Krauss, author of a new book called Whale Fall that has its own beer and its own coffee from Dark Matter Coffee. So my old friend Seth back there, Hector, Jonathan, who did in fact claim that he once went to a Civil War reenactment while on acid and never did acid again. So thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me. For a while, they're just everywhere I went. I pull out the flip camera and ask one of my friends to do a little clip like that. So just a nice typical morning. So once again, everybody, we are, tomorrow night will be Uptown Tales. So many pounds ago. Okay, well, thanks a lot, Octavio. I will see you all tomorrow. Everything is still up on sale. Tomorrow is another morning mini tour plus Uptown Tales in the evening, speaking of Dr. Joel back there. So thanks a lot for joining me for Uptown Tales tomorrow. And I'm Adam until then for Mysterious Chicago Tours, telling everybody to stay safe and stay strong. And of course, if you can, get that spittoon in every room. and stay spooky, everybody.